Do you ever find yourself talking about energy and vibes? If so, you might be under the influence of the New Age. Of course, the idea of some kind of non-physical energy is common throughout the world, showing up, for example, in the Qi of China and the Prana of India. Within the New Age current specifically, we can go all the way back to Emanuel Swedenborg, one of the pioneers of the movement, who talked about a mystical universal energy called influx, which he further believed he could control using special breathing techniques and seminal retention, otherwise known as not nutting. But probably the more famous energy guy within the New Age is Franz Mesmer, who in the mid to late 1700s proposed an energy called animal magnetism that he believed inhabited both animate and inanimate objects, and which he further claimed that he could control and use for healing purposes. To control this energy, Mesmer would point his fingers or wave his hands or sometimes use a wand over the bodies of his patients, most of whom were wealthy aristocrats. In keeping with the spirit of the New Age, Mesmer hoped to find scientific validation for his processes and practices, but unfortunately was not able to do so. In fact, a team of intellectuals put together by Louis XVI that included Ambassador Benjamin Franklin from the United States found Mesmer to be a fraud. Wah wah. Nevertheless, Mesmer's ideas persisted and became the inspiration for another energy guy, Wilhelm Reich, an Austrian who was a student of Freud. Perhaps not surprisingly, Reich was a little preoccupied with sexual energy, which he called orgone energy, and he claimed it could be stored and accumulated. To that end, he developed and built a device called the orgone accumulator, also known as the sex box, which he claimed could cure cancer. Because of this and other very bold claims, Reich was investigated and found to be fraudulent. He was sentenced to a few years in prison, and some of his books were burned. Despite the rejection faced by people like Mesmer and Reich, the New Age has embraced so-called energy healing, which shows up in Qigong, Reiki, acupuncture, and a number of other modalities. Of course, energy also plays a role in the world of yoga, where one encounters the concept of chakras, or chakras as New Agers like to say, energy centers located at different points along the body axis. Many notable New Age authors have written about energy in some form, whether Blavatsky, Steiner, Casey, Bailey, Crowley, even the QAnon shaman Jake Angeli claimed to be a New Age energy healer. As for myself, I'm completely agnostic on the subject, but if you're still vibing with me on this video, let me know what you think about
energy.